What's good? What's good? Before we jump into what if, this what if was one of the what if that got lost due to my negligence, but I found it, so I'm posting it now. So if you hear me saying or explaining why I haven't been uploading, or if I said anything weird, just consider that this what if is a little bit old, so I'm just uploading it now. Thank you for watching. Now let's just get straight into the video. Hit that up with a whoop. Sup, it's your unfriendly neighbors Kevin Carnage, and I'm back with another what if. But before we get into this, I'll give you a brief explanation on why I haven't been recording or uploading a video for the past what seems to be 2 to 3 months. Hang on, I'll tell you. I don't have a fucking reason to do so. I just didn't want to record. Simple as is. So let's get into it. This is what if Naruto became a Campione. And if y'all don't know what a Campione is, don't look at me, because I didn't understand shit the Campione had at all. So I've recently completed watching the Campione, and all I saw was a bunch of fan service, because then I'm a pervert and I really wasn't paying attention. I just was watching him kiss a bunch of girls throughout the entire episode of the Campione episode. But I did get a brief, understanding. So, technically, you have to kill a god to acquire a god's power, enabling you to become a god slayer, also known as Campione. So, how is Naruto going to become a Campione? We're going to put it to the point of everything happens in canon, and this is about 7 years after the fact of him getting half of the 9 tails, and him getting ridiculed and beaten and called, and stupid villagers doing stupid stuff to him has been happening and is happening. Am I saying it correctly? But anyway, he's been getting his ass whooped, and for reasons he himself doesn't understand. One day he was, running away from what seemed to be the last night of his life, because it's up around October, the night the 9-tail attack happened, and this is where the beating got a little bit more intense for him now for the last 7 years. So he was running frantically running till he arrived and he haven't seen this era. He's 7 years old. All of a sudden he heard clashing in the background, like swords and stuff. It was like ninjas was fighting, but when he approached, it was not. It was 2 beings unknown to him, have never heard of them, fighting over dominance on the world, I'm guessing. I'm really sure. I'm saying bullshit out of my mouth now. And we're gonna say this is the god of war and the god of mischief, Loki. I don't know. I'm mixing up gods now. So the god of war, and no. Wait, isn't there a god of beasts? Like the Beast King or some shit? I don't know. But yeah, the god of war and the god of mischief, I don't know if y'all want to call it Loki or not, we're fighting. What reason? Make up it on your own. I'm not thinking for everyone here. I'm just trying to make a story make sense now. And the mischief god was kind of losing, because the god of war is, his thing is war. He's like, he was kicking god of mischief's ass, simple as that. But Naruto kind of felt bad that the fight went one-sided, even though the god of mischief is the bad guy in this one, and he is not going to be like a one-shot character in this. He is going to be appearing a lot more in this what if, because I need him to, and I need Naruto to be able to understand what is happening to him. So he goes on, and the god of mischief has been thrown to the floor, not near Naruto and him clashes eyes, or made eye contact. Naruto decided, well, not Naruto decided, the mischief god actually sensed that Naruto had a type of power within him that he could use against the god of war, which was Kurama, and he tried taking out the nine-tailed beast with no avail. But what happened is now that Naruto kind of didn't feel that he was being interrupted with, because then it was like magic or some shit, and he stood in front of the god of mischief, trying to stop the god of war from impaling him with the sword he was using, and kind of jammed the sword next to Naruto, which made Naruto's birthmark kind of change. Now he has a slit over his whiskers, I don't know what that sign is called, but he has a slit over one of his whiskers now. So remember, he has a scar on his, if he's protecting his right cheek later on. And this kind of startled the god of war with Naruto. He's 7 years old. He's seen stuff. He's felt stuff. Seeing an opportunity, because then, of course, like I've said, he's seen stuff. He's felt stuff. He knows a little how to defend himself if you need to. Had a small kunai, which I know stabbing a god with a kunai will kill him and make it so a weak of a god. But no, Kurama kind of sensed that Naruto was in danger, and killing Naruto is also performant to kill the nine-tail, which he won't be dead. He'll just take a while to regenerate, maybe 1,000 to 100, maybe, I don't know, either 1,000 or 100 years for him to fully regain his form, full form, whatever. And he kind of gave Naruto, or let out a lot of his chakra, which kind of put a little bit more edge into Naruto's strike, giving the god of war a fatal blow and stuff. So the god of war didn't actually find himself badly off, because then he was looking for something like this, and he dubbed seeing that he got killed by a child, instead of angering him, made him happy because of all the children he killed throughout his life and stuff. And the god of mischief kind of was angry about this, because then I'm thinking, if you kill a god, you get a god's power. So I'm saying, and this is how god of mischief will make multiple appearance throughout this 3-parter episode. And yes, this is a 3-parter episode with Naruto being a Campione, and we're going to be changing up a lot of stuff in here, so don't actually think about a lot of canon-y stuff. Take that out of your head. So let's get back. A light then glowed. Naruto is then enveloped in this light. The god of war actually gave him the laws, rules, and told him that the blood of a god, now you're a god slayer, blah blah blah, you are now known as Campione, blah blah blah, and such. So Naruto wakes up later. To start with, Naruto would be the first ever Campione. This is they didn't even know to call it Campione. The god of war actually created that name as he was dying, and his essence was flowing into Naruto. And since he did the god of mischief real dirty, he couldn't, turn around and kill Naruto because Naruto was incapacitated on the floor. He left, and we're not going to see much of him for a while and stuff. So, boom, there we go. Naruto is now a fully formed Campione. In fact, the first ever born Campione in history. I know we're gonna put a lot of pin on top of that, so I don't care. Let's just get into it. So Naruto, a few years has passed, like not a few years, probably 2. He's about 9 years old now, and he's been practicing with his newfound power. This is, conjuring weapons, which he wants to be a ninja, so he doesn't know a lot about long swords. It's too much. He knows about kenjutsu, but he doesn't really, he's not interested. And he uses his power to forge kunais and stuff. And he's now getting a reputation of the one that could do ninjutsu without hand signs. But really what he's doing is not ninjutsu. It's basically magic, actually. And or energy manipulation, I'm guessing. Yeah, energy manipulation, conjuring stuff like, kunais and shurikens and clothing. And that's because he creates his own clothes with his own mana, I'm guessing. It's not chakra, but he has chakra. And a year back, he did reach his consciousness and met up with the Nine Tails. And he came to terms, even though he was a little bit scared when he first met the Nine Tails. In fact, he couldn't visibly see the Nine Tails, just the chakra of the Nine Tails, like, the enormous blob of fucking malevolent chakra. And since Naruto couldn't feel it, he just was scared about the appearance. He hasn't learned to sense chakra yet. He's sensing something totally different at this moment. Let's say mana, or the life energy of the earth. I don't know, but he's not using chakra. He's a Campione. He has the power of a god. He's he's slightly more intelligent than his canon counterpart, which he could solve complex equations and certain stuff like that with ease without breaking a sweat, to be precise. And he's now making a name for himself, because before we continue, he is already in the academy, and he is giving Sasuke a real run for his money. I mean, because then he does proper stuff. Because of his power, he's able to fly, which allows him to better leave the village, which he does multiple times, and seek out other places where he gets fruits, vegetables, assist out. Like, he's not just taking it, he's assisting some villagers. The villagers give some stuff, and everyone knows him as the Yellow Flash Reborn. And he wears a mask, yes, but he still keeps his hair. In fact, his hair is similar to his father's hair. And the wisdom of gods gave him all the knowledge that he needed, even the knowledge of who his parents were, so he knows a few stuff. And since he's learning on his own, there isn't any Campione beside him. He's going on making rules and making what he can do possible. That didn't make any sense. But anyway, so back to him. Naruto is trying to make himself, worthy of his parents, and he didn't tell no one that he knows who his parents is, or he knows that the Nine Tails is sealed within him. He actually kept them to think as they've always been thinking of him, and he just dodges and weaves every attack he gets, or create a shadow clone to take the brunt of the attack and stuff. So what did I say? He knows the shadow clone already. Oh my. Yes, he knows the shadow clone. It's not technically the shadow clone, it's body duplication. Another skill given to him by his, Campione status. And everyone actually think it's a shadow clone, but it's not. We're just going to call it shadow clones for the moment, as we don't want to confuse a lot of you, even though I already did so Naruto, and we're at the point where Naruto is in school and they're about to test their physical and mental capability to become ninjas, right? And Naruto was put against a fury of tests and stuff, and they decided not to put him against, one of the students, seeing that he is different, more adept to being an S-class ninja rather than being a foot in low-class Jonin or Genin type ninja, right? But he's not doing ninjutsu. That's what I'm trying to specify at this moment, right? So he was put against two Ambus that with instruction to hold back on Naruto, but Naruto didn't need them to hold back. He trashed them and passed as the youngest ninja in the history of ninjas, right? Because I think Minato passed with a flying grade. Naruto got better than that and did better. I think Itachi was the second one, right? But Naruto is way younger, because in this one Naruto is only about 9 years old. I'm thinking I'm getting it correct. Yeah, Naruto graduated the academy at 9 years old. He's smarter, he's faster, he's stronger. So he graduated the academy at 9 years old. Everyone else kind of, upset about it, especially Sasuke's father, because then, he knows about the Nine Tails, and the villagers themselves actually kind of, think, why are they making him stronger than he already is and stuff. So now, since he's 9 years old and majority of the villagers or the ninjas refuse to work with Naruto was placed in a team of himself till someone actually decides to take him up and put in a small team. 3 years have passed and Naruto has been doing solo mission all on his own when he finally got and before we continue, Kakashi was his, technically his sensei, like similar in canon but without Sasuke and Sakura. So, and it's okay for him because Naruto actually completes his tasks. He just shows up, give Naruto his tasks and stuff. So he's still a little bit cold towards Naruto because of the Nine Tails attack, not remembering that this fucking kid is his fucking teacher's son and stuff. So the 3 years have passed and Naruto is finally going to be put in a team. And I was thinking about it, and I'm not going to compromise and make a whole lot of nonsensical or you know what, fuck it. I was just gonna make him like have harem at the beginning of this. So let's start. So he is put in a team with Hinata and Ten. Screw all y'all, because this is a 3-parter. I'm going to do it also. And if you all watched Campione, that's what fucking ended up happening. The guy became the harem god. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, so he finally gets a team. But like in canon, Hinata isn't as friendly as in canon, to be precise. She's a little bit rebellious to the point of she's not shy or afraid of anything, to the point because of what happened to her a few years ago. Prior, she didn't know who saved her, but the nigga told her not to be a shy, scaredy cat because she's stronger than she thinks she is. And now Hinata is like, a loud, feisty, and strong Hyuga. I mean, they're now calling her the prodigy of the Hyugas because she trained, she practiced, but she's a little strong-headed, like a Bakugo, but with a Hinata appearance, I'm guessing. Oh, I don't know. But, and Tenten is kind of the shy one a little bit in the sense because she also went to a situation where, she needed saving and stuff. So they both volunteered to be Naruto's partner. But before we continue, this is where we are going to be ending this off. I want y'all to go. Oh, I forgot. This idea was given to me by Kid Zeus. All the links will be in the description below, such as Six Meister, Zoku Meister, Liam Meister, and basically all the What If creators. I think is amazing to me. And also leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I should have said it as I reversed it over. It was a mistake. And just tell me what y'all think. Give me your suggestion as to what if I should do later, and I'll try to get back on it. Right? So see you later. This is Kevin Carnage. Holla at a nigga. Say